how to treat the logs when you build a log cabin with wet logs. AKA, you cut the trees down and you didn't give them a ton of time to dry and you just started building. These are white oak. They take forever to dry. A lot of my ends were split on me because they had dried for too long. And they call those splits checks. You see a big check there, right? So I had a lot of them that had split all the way down the middle and all the way across. And they were quartering out. Thankfully, with the butt and pass, you cut the ends off for the butt logs. So you're able to cut off all of those nasty ends. But the proper way to do it would have been to drop the logs in a vat of oil and soak each log right as soon as you're done debarking it. And take the ends, the end grain of your wood, and anchor seal it. Right? So it's a kind of wax mixture that you put on the end. Most of the moisture in a log is lost through its end grain. So you take wax or something, coat the end so that it controls the drying, and then the oiling slows the drying through the cross grain of the logs. And I should have done that at the beginning for each and every log as soon as I was done debarking it. I looked at making my own mixture of some sort of anchor seal, ended up deciding it was better to just buy some anchor seal. A little bit goes a long way. I only actually needed a quart for this entire project. I bought a gallon though. And at the end of it, we used Q8 log oil, a specialty log oil product, and we used mildewcide and insecticide for the exterior and just regular oil for the inside. They say that the oil is not recommended for interior use, and I had to make a lot of phone calls to find out why. And the only reason why is because it supposedly has a bad smell and some people don't like that, and then they'd be upset at the company. Well, with wet logs, we had no option. I mean, I could have gone and used straight tung oil on the inside or straight linseed on the oil on the outside, but I do believe Q8 log oil is just straight tung oil with a copper additive, and the bugs eat that copper and then they die if they do try to eat any of my wood. And, made sure all the sawdust was cleaned out, and then we just put it in a little half-gallon pump sprayers. It says brass tip not recommended, but it worked just fine. And we were able to just oil the entire cabin in one day. We decided to oil them all before chinking the gaps because we wanted the oil to get inside of there. And so from the inside, we oiled the inside really, really well first. And we didn't have the insecticide or mildewcide in it when we did it from the interior, so we tried to get the cracks as good as we could from the interior. And then on the exterior, we didn't hit the cracks as hard, but still filled them in because we didn't want any insecticide or herbicide on the interior of the cabin. But still, all these products are VOC, volatile organic compounds, aka the chemicals that they off-gas, are approved in all 50 states. And it's pretty hard to get approved in California. So if it's approved even in California, then it's safe. So that's what we did. And you oil it until it won't take any more oil. And you got to get it all good in one go, or else it'll have a hard time reabsorbing it if you try to do it a second time too quickly. It takes at least 36 hours to cure. Found ourselves a time when it wasn't going to rain, and we hit it hard. We even hit the front deck. But it would have been way better. I wouldn't be dealing with all these checks and issues if I had oiled each log beforehand. I thought that was going to be too much or unnecessary or something else, and I didn't do it, but I totally should have. Would have been a lot better.